best one is?
Christian Bale.
Yeah, it's fair. He does a great job. Kind of unbeatable.
Yeah.
Honestly. But I think it's also kind of biased because his movies are really good.
I mean, yeah, but I definitely think Affleck's Clooney's suit is kind of hard though. Yes. Better than Ben Affleck's. Bro, I don't understand this glazing you have.
The bat nips are better than Ben Affleck's. Those disgusting outfits where you can see his nipples on the outside.
Yeah.
Why do they model it like that? I don't know.
I don't like Ben Affleck's ears.
Just because they're small.
Yeah, they're tiny.
Wow. Okay. You hate short people. I see how it is. Hey guys, welcome back to the set. My name's Chandler.
I'm Levi.
And today we're talking about Superman from 1978. Before we get into that, Levi, let's talk about the Oscars for a little bit. Big day happened this weekend.
Yeah.
Big day happened this weekend.
We lost our minds when Dune 2 finally won something.
Yeah. So we're going to go over, I think just to keep this brief, we'll go over like everything that won and what we think. Maybe not everything, just maybe the big top.
You pull up what won. I just have
top
my predictions, and there's a lot of red on here.
Yeah, I didn't do a prediction sheet, unfortunately, but that's fine. We'll get to it. Hold on. Let me find my Oscar.
I feel like most years for the Oscars, even people like us that watch a lot of movies haven't seen like even 50% of the stuff that's up for
debate. Yeah, I totally agree. It's typically some like very vague and obscure stuff. But I mean, to be fair, there are some things that I would probably watch on here that
there's some stuff
that I would need to watch.
That did win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I didn't freaking watch at all. But all right, so let's should we do just like
I got 6 out of 23 right. So
I don't think we should go through. I don't think we should go through all of them.
No. Start with the main 4.
Yeah.
Best Picture.
Let me get. Hold on. Sorry.
I mean, I know what won the main 4. Best Picture was Anora. Watching all of the Oscars, we deciphered it was going to either be Anora or The Brutalist because they were winning pretty much everything. Best Director was also Anora because when you win Best Director, they typically win Best Picture also.
Yeah. So what do we think about Anora winning? I mean, let's go over the nominees. We have The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. I don't know. I haven't seen Anora. The only things I've seen on this list are A Complete Unknown and Dune Part 2, both Chalamet movies, and I think in terms of just like public love, I think Dune Part 2 should have won.
Yeah.
Honestly. Just because I feel like, oh yeah, guys, I've completely glanced over this. I watched Dune Part 2 for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Completely glanced over that. I caved and had some people over and we watched it, and I mean, probably the opening scene, I immediately was like, okay, I kind of get the hype here.
I was nervous that I was like, every scene, I was like, oh, is he going to like that?
No, dude, that movie is incredible. I will give it so much credit, and I will never do the thing I told myself where if, like I didn't watch it because of the first one. Like if people tell me to watch it, I should watch it.
Yeah, because I told you those 4 Oscar voters said that they didn't like the first Dune so much that they didn't watch the second one, and they had a vote in the Oscars.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. That's ridiculous. I feel like if it's up for nomination, you should have watched it.
Because I'm sure they watched Emilia Perez. Like, why would you subject yourself to that?
Yeah, I this is I'm in the stocks right now while people are throwing tomatoes at me saying I learned my lesson.
Oh yeah.
Dune Part 2 is great. I mean, actually phenomenal movie.
Well, the only ones I've seen were both of those, Dune Part 2 and A Complete Unknown and Conclave. So, I mean,
which out of all those 3, would you say Dune would be on your Best Picture winner? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, the movie's incredible.
I mean, I want to watch Anora and The Substance and
me
The
too,
Brutalist.
Me too. And
I will.
But like at this current state of mind, I think Dune should have won. That's just me.
I mean, if you look at LetterBoxd, Dune has a higher rating than Brutalist and Anora, and
I just think if everyone in like America, in the world too, is like, this movie's insane.
Yeah.
I think that should play a role.
It has the highest rating, I think, on LetterBoxd of all of those.
I think that should play a role in who wins Best Picture for sure, because that's what they do with the Game Awards. There's like 2 votes go to online voting.
Yeah.
So it's like it makes a lot of sense. But
Yeah.
okay, moving on from that, Dune Part 2 should have won, in my opinion. I hate it for Timothy and that whole group of people who made that movie, because it is actually a phenomenal movie.
It definitely should have at least been nominated for Best Director. I mean, how are you going to nominate a movie for...
Agreed. That's insane, too.
Because I'm pretty sure he was nominated for Dune Part 1, and it's so much better than Dune Part 1.
I also don't know how it works with, like, how many things can get nominated.
Best Picture is the most. Everything else is like 5, and Best Picture is 10, so you can't have all of them.
It's still crazy.
But, like, Dune Part 1 won, like, 6 Oscars.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And I think it's the more boring one. It should have
won.
It
is the more boring. I mean, visually, yeah, it's insane that it has good songs, which is what it won a lot of stuff for, but, like...
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to Best Director. Sean Baker won for Anora. Again, I haven't seen that movie, but I'm open to watch it. The Brutalist, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. A Complete Unknown. James Mangold's already a really good director. I was really hoping he's kind of up against some giants here, because Brutalist and Anora won a lot. So, the one that really peeves me is Best Actor in a Leading Role. Like, I love Adrian Brody, but dude, Timothy.
And the fact that he didn't even get nominated for Dune Part 2, though. Also.
It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, so I actually read about this today, or I saw a post on it. Apparently Timothy, like, worked on this, maybe not this role, for like a couple of years.
The Complete Unknown?
To be Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
I mean, a couple of years, dude.
That's to be part of your personality, like the Austin Butler whole Elvis thing.
I know, but he worked on this for years. He had to gain weight.
Yeah, I could see that.
And, like, I don't know, man. Like,
I just always
think
fingernails.
I think I apparently also heard that Adrian Brody had some AI to help him voice act a little better. Like, they used AI to, like, make his accent a little... I know. Really? Crazy. Actually crazy.
Also, bro had apparently the longest speech in Oscars history. He told the music guys, like, turn it off. I'm talking.
Yeah, which is... I don't know. I love Adrian Brody, but I think... On this list, we've got Timothy, Coleman Domingo, Ralph Fiennes, and Sebastian Stan.
I had Ralph Fiennes winning, or Ray Fiennes.
I was gonna say Ralph Fiennes. I could have seen. I was like, it's him or Timothy in my head.
Because I said I had Timothy, I think, and then I watched Conclave and I switched it to Ray Fiennes,
which is fair. I think Ray is it Ray or Ralph?
That was the whole thing, is Ray, but then what's his face? Who was hosting? Conan said that as a joke. He was like, because of this, we'll start calling him Ralph. Because it's not because he's or something.
Well, Ralph Fiennes, I mean, I just know he's a good actor. He's Voldemort. Like, dude did a phenomenal job for like 7 movies.
He's not in. He's only in like the back half.
I know, but still.
Yeah.
And even when they showed that clip of Sebastian Stan acting like Trump, I was like, hey, because he got nominated for Best Actor in Leading Role.
Somebody was talking about, because they were talking about Ray Fiennes the other day. You know, he didn't win an Oscar for Schindler's List.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, that's like one of the best.
The Oscars
villains.
are a joke. That's crazy.
Because another Oscar voter said they weren't going to vote for Ray Fiennes for Best Actor because he's already won one in the past for Schindler's List and didn't even know that he didn't win that. First of all, terrible criteria for
Adrian Brody's won an Oscar.
Yeah, for The Pianist.
Why does it? That's
terrible criteria for who you are and aren't going to vote for. And if you are going to do that, at least get your facts right.
Yeah, that's insane. That's that's hypocritical, because even
if you do good just because you do good in the past doesn't mean you shouldn't win in the future.
Exactly. Yeah, it's your legacy. How good are you? Exactly. Yeah. Even that clip of Sebastian Stan acting like Trump, I was like, dude, he's kind of killing it.
I
kind of want to see it just to see Sebastian Stan act like Trump.
I'd watch it. Plus, I thought Jeremy Strong was going to win. I had Best Supporting Actor on that one. Yeah. But Kieran Culkin's speech was pretty good.
He was, and I'm happy for him, because that movie did look good too.
Something Pain.
A Real Pain.
A Real Pain. Yeah.
Actress in leading role. I really think. Well, I think Demi got screwed. Honestly.
Yeah, she won it. She won it in 2 other award shows. It was back and forth. Mikey Madison was the girl that won.
Like, I think she did good too.
She won it. She won 2. Demi won 2, and the main chick from
Wicked.
The Brazilian one, the Brazilian movie. Simple.
Yeah.
I'm Still Here.
I'm Still Here.
She won it. There was 5 award shows. She won it once. Mikey Madison won it twice, and Demi Moore won it twice. Yeah. So it was really. It was anybody's.
Which, yeah, going back to our explanation of
But I do really want to watch The Substance.
the Oscar, I do too. The Oscar night we had, the entire group we were with was just like pulling for Dune, man. We
were anti Amelia Perez and pro Dune too.
Dune. And when Dune finally won one, I think it was for visual effects was the first one it won.
And then sound was directly after
and we were going absolutely crazy. It was like watching a March Madness game. We were like jumping up and down and watching, like we just watched somebody hit a 3 from half court. And then right afterwards we sat down and it was nominated for sound and it won, and we were just like, oh my god.
Because they had missed like 2 or 3 before that. So it was the build up.
Yeah, it was.
The fact that Nosferatu didn't win anything though is a sham.
Yeah, if anything, it should have gotten. Is best cinematography one?
Yeah,
it should have gotten that one. If anything.
Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, The Brutalist got it.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
give me a freaking break.
I know, bro. Anything that has black and white scenes. I mean,
they did such an insane job.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I bet you the black and white scenes in both Dune 2 and Nosferatu are better than all of scenes in The Brutalist.
Yeah, like I kind of want to watch Brutalist just to see like what the like.
I know. I feel like I'm gonna have it on this pedestal now, where I'm gonna hate it regardless because I'm just gonna be like,
no, we are.
Yeah,
we are.
But I was listening to a guy today talk about, he was like, Guy Pearce definitely should have won Best Supporting Actor. He's like, love Kieran Culkin, but Guy Pearce should have won Best Supporting Actor. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I love Guy Pearce.
I feel like he's not in that much
in that movie
for how old he is. No, like in
movies.
Yeah.
He's a sleeper though. I love him. All right, guys. So today we have a good one for you. Classic. We thought we would watch this movie.
We're setting ourselves up for the future, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Today we watched Superman from 1978, directed by Richard Donner, starring Christopher Reeve, Margot Kidder, and Gene Hackman.
Rest in peace.
I know, rest in peace, Gene. Sad day. But yeah, let's read the IMDb summary for this.
Oh, those are always good.
Yeah, these are always good.
Yeah.
Being sarcastic.
Yeah, they're not.
An alien orphan is sent from his dying planet to Earth, where he grows up to become his adoptive home's first and greatest superhero. Pretty fair.
Yeah.
Pretty easy, straightforward.
It's like the OG superhero movie.
Yeah, it is. We were talking about this. We think Superman is the...
Because there were superhero shows before this, like Batman was in the 60s, and there might have been a Superman one before that, but...
Yeah. But, like... Superman is the default superhero for most kids, I feel like, which is awesome. I think Superman's really cool.
Because if you were going to come up for a name for a superhero, you'd be like, he's a Superman.
Yeah. And I think in terms of like just what Superman is, like I think it's he's the good old poster boy of superheroes.
He's a good old boy.
Good old boy from Kansas. But let's get into it. All right.
Yeah, let's talk about Kansas first off, actually, now that you bring it up.
Yeah, wait.
Hey, well, so the landscape, dope, but it's not Kansas.
It's not Kansas. It's all like
rolling hills. It looks like Wisconsin.
Or not even, there's like canyons too.
When he's at home?
When they're on the...
It reminded me of Wisconsin because the last time I stayed in Wisconsin, we stayed in like a Airbnb that was a barn that they turned into an Airbnb, and it was out in the middle of nowhere, which was kind of sick. It was just like in the middle of a cow pasture. But the rolling hills, like you see the hill and you can't see the other side of it, and that's what it felt. It just felt like it felt like Montana or something like that.
Yeah, when his dad dies and they put him at the graveyard. Mm-hmm. The shot behind him is beautiful, but it's also like a canyon. So
yeah,
it's like
they're standing
Western Colorado.
They're standing like 5,000 feet above the ground behind them. But I did say when we were watching it that I respected the fact that it wasn't raining while they were at the funeral, because I feel like I can't recall another movie where there's a funeral and it's not raining.
Amen. Can we talk about... Okay, so the whole idea is his parents, Marlon Brando, his dad, is sending Clark to Earth because their planet is blowing up.
Yeah.
Or it's being consumed by the sun.
Yeah.
But what doesn't make sense to me is, they have that conversation with all the like council people.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you do anything about this, like, you'll be considered like a traitor, a treason.
Yeah, well, he was saying that about them like leaving or something?
Well, it's like, no.
He was trying to get them to get everybody out, right?
Yeah, why don't they do anything about it? Like,
I don't know. And then it was like instantaneous. It's like, okay, well, I guess we're dead. And then like 5 minutes later, the planet's destroyed.
Yeah, and like just as a basis, like going in this movie, I know it's pretty good. I think this movie's okay-ish. I don't think it's like insane, and I think the okay-ish parts of it, like I think it's a fun little like early.
I think the middle was the best part.
For sure. Like the early first superhero movies, like I think it does it justice, but the plot, man, it's kind of suffering here. There's a lot of things that are just like left out, and they just do, and you're like, what is happening? Like that, like he's like, I'm gonna, our planet's gonna die, and he's like, the council people are like,
The pacing was wild.
Yeah, again, exactly, stuff like that. Like just we jump
because I said that
we jump way too much.
I said the beginning was really long, like him being on Krypton. All that was really long, and then him growing up was like 5 seconds. And I was like, okay, you got to even it out a little bit.
No, I know.
Yeah,
we don't get enough. I don't know. I think again, it's like I need an explanation as to why y'all aren't evacuating the planet. Y'all are just like, it'll be fine, and then like,
why does he know and no one else does?
Exactly. Well, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not explained.
The best part of the movie is when Christopher Reeve shows up, him and Margot Kidder, because then the acting just gets a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely agree. But we got to talk about when he's like a teenager in high school, because that there's some funny bits there. For sure.
You like him running with the train.
Like I'll say this as well about this movie. For 1978, some of the special effects are a little rough, but some of the like.
They're pretty, yeah.
Well, I'm saying
they're pretty good.
Yeah, so, exactly. Some of them are pretty good.
Yeah.
Like the bit where there's a scene where he's a younger man in high school, and he's having to run. He's running home in Kansas, and he's like,
he's trying to beat the bully and the girls.
Well, he's trying, but he's racing a train.
Yeah.
By running.
Yeah.
And he's like I don't know how they shot it. Like it looks really good. I was like, for 1978, this is insane.
But I feel like you said something before you said it was really good.
I said ew.
Oh yeah, you said ew, and then all of a sudden
it just kind of took me aback because I was like, what is going on?
I was like, his feet aren't even touching the ground, and you were like, they're actually not.
They're not. But I mean, it looked pretty good for 78. I feel like that's impressive.
So then, did you like the flying scenes? How they looked?
Oh yeah, that looked awesome.
What was the one you said? Oh, it was when he shot up when Lois Lane was falling from the helicopter, and he grabbed her and then grabbed the helicopter. And you're like, how did they shoot that?
Yeah, it looked cool. It was like obviously they're on wires, but like
but it wasn't obvious.
They couldn't like CG that wires out, like back then. Like it looked really good for that. Mm-hmm. So we got to talk about like Clark's personality early on. I love how Clark as a young man is kind of frustrated because he's like, I can do anything, but his dad's like, no.
Yeah.
Like, you're sent here for a reason, and like you're special, and like
that's like his dad's like second line in the movie, and then he dies. Yeah. He said, "Oh no."
He looks at his hand.
He's holding his left arm. He says, "Oh no," and it just
falls down.
Yeah.
And then like I feel like after that, it's like again to the point like we get to meet Clark as like a teenager.
Yeah.
And then it's like his dad dies, and then he's like, "Mom, I gotta go."
Yeah.
And she's just like, okay.
Also, she's like 90 years old, and he didn't age at all.
Yeah. She's like, okay.
His mom looked like she was about 55 when the dad died, and then all of a sudden it skips, and he looks the Clark looks the same, and his mom looks like she's 87.
Yeah, and yeah, it's weird, but I do love that Clark's dad is like telling him that like you're different, but for a good reason. Like, just trust me, like. Basically be a good old boy. Like, don't lie. Stand for justice, honor, and, America.
Yeah.
Good old American things,
Yeah.
And then, I have this written down. So, his dad dies, and then after the funeral, he's sleeping in bed, and he just, like, wakes up. And he's like, I gotta go to the barn. Like,
dude, the music they played in that part was insane.
I don't remember it.
It was like super intense, and you're like, "What is happening?" You remember that?
I know.
I was like, I feel like someone's about to jump out.
Well, so he's basically going to, like, the barn because he senses like something, and then he.
Oh yeah, okay.
Which I guess he senses something. I don't know. They could have done it a little better, but he just like shoots up out of his room and runs over to the barn. He's just like, oh, "There's something here," and then he finds the green like rod.
Yeah.
From
I think it was a crystal from Krypton.
Yeah.
Which Krypton looked so cool.
Yeah, the miniature for it looked incredible.
Yeah, so like a lot of scale models in this movie, which is awesome.
Yeah, I love it. Like towards the end they looked a little goofy, but I don't care.
Well, I think they used a scale model for like the Hoover Dam breaking in the.
Oh, I'm sure.
But it looked sick.
It looked good.
With the water rushing over those little buildings.
Oh yeah.
I was like, that looks dope.
Let's just slow down the footage just a little bit.
Yeah.
And it looks normal. But yeah, the Krypton scale model.
Yeah.
Bro.
When they first showed it, I was like, it looks like a Lego landscape, which looks cool. Yeah. But then they had like the scale model for the planet with the sun crashing into it, which looked dope.
Yeah, dude. Like, also set design for this movie is insane. Like, any set design for Krypton, the Fortress of Solitude looks insane.
The fits they had on Krypton that the council and like his parents had on, the iridescent suits.
Yeah, it's like a high beam is hitting them constantly. You can't see their faces because it's so bright. Yeah. But yeah, dude, set design is insane for this movie. Like, I'm looking at it, I'm like that's just, you don't see that anymore. Like, you really, like, people would just be like, oh, we'll just blue screen it. Yeah. Like,
other than Christopher Nolan, but he's the only one.
Oh, man, it looks so good. Speaking of, like, you've seen the meme where it was like Matt Damon on the set of The Odyssey
because he doesn't want to CG a troll or a cyclops, whatever it was. Yeah, Cyclops.
Using real monsters. Yeah, okay, so yeah, he finds the green thing, and then the next morning he like is out in the field, and his mom walks up and she's like, "What's wrong?" He's like, he just goes,
"I gotta go."
Yeah, I gotta go, Mom, about that.
And then she's like, "I knew this day would come."
My favorite part is she goes, "Where?" And he goes, "North."
Oh yeah, boy, kind of Lord of the Rings. It's like Thranduil asking Legolas where he's gonna go at the end of the Hobbit, and he was like, "I don't know." He's like, "Go to the east."
I figured it out.
Yeah,
but like when he said north, I thought he meant like Metropolis to start a life. No, this freaking dude walks all the way to Antarctica or the Arctic, the North Pole, that area. Like he's just
you just outed your geography.
Yeah, I did. My bad. Who's my?
I like
Gilliland. I'm sorry.
I like the set for that though, the Antarctica or whatever it was.
Fortress of Solitude, all that. Yeah,
it looked cool. Oh well, it kind of looked like it looked like the stop motion Rudolph or something. He was like on that set, and then he just throws the crystal, hoping it does something. I guess we don't really. know.
Yeah. There's again, it's like
he's got the green crystal he found in the bar.
I think they're just like we gotta move along here.
He throws it and it like melts down into the snow, and all of a sudden the Fortress of Solitude just like appears. Which looked cool.
And the wide shot of it looked incredible.
Oh yeah.
But let's be honest, Fortress of Solitude is such a sick name for like a hideout. Mm-hmm. Like, oh man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
But I guess that's where he gets his suit and everything. And so then he flies all the way to.
That was the first time he sees his actual dad too.
Yeah, he flies to Metropolis to start his life. So then we meet Margot
Kidder.
Margot Kidder as
our second Margot Kidder movie.
Yeah, Black Christmas, which you guys need to watch, please, because it's a good movie, and she's in that, and she's doing good in this movie. I think. Like, I think the two. I liked her acting
and her humor.
Honestly, the first three on the call sheet is who I think are really the best actors in this. Christopher Reeve, Margot Kidder, and Gene Hackman. I think they're really just giving it all. I think personally, I love how Clark, when he acts as Clark, he's like all like, oh wow.
When the guy's trying to rob him in the alley, and he's like, I think you should give him your purse, Lois.
I think you should give him your purse. I was gonna say, what do you think about this? So when they go in his office and he's like, "Nice to meet you, Clark," and everything, and then he's like, "Can you open this, Lois?" And she can't open it, and then she gives it to Clark. Do you think Clark was like purposely struggling to open it?
Yeah, has to be, right?
It would have been so funny if he just like opened it real quick, but he's like, "Oh no, he's like really."
And then
struggling.
she bangs it on the desk and hands it back to him, and then he gets it open and it sprays all over him because it's carbonated.
What the heck, bro?
Yeah.
First rule of any carbonated beverage: don't shake it. I liked that little snippet of him he just trying to open it. It's just funny.
I liked White, their boss. He was hilarious.
Oh yeah, he's funny. Yeah. What was
one-liners the whole movie?
Yeah, what was your favorite? I think I know your favorite one-liner. Right?
My favorite one-liner I can't say on here. So.
Oh no, I'm saying the one about Moses.
Oh, that was your favorite.
That one was funny.
Yeah,
I forget how he says.
He said this: whoever interviews Superman. That'll be the best interview since God talked to Moses.
That's so funny. Yeah, I also loved how Clark got the job. He was the fastest typist.
Yeah, because I was like, we didn't go to school for
Yeah, I
that.
know.
How did he end up there?
He's just the fastest typist, man. I also love in that scene, he's like, send half of my paycheck to this address, which is his mama.
Yeah.
Like, that's sweet.
And then Lois goes, is there any more like you at home? He goes, no, not really.
Yeah, Christopher Reeve's just being great. But yeah, so then they leave the building, and this is where we get the alley shot where they're getting mugged.
Yeah.
And you kind of were like, you had a question about it. Like, why didn't he just do anything about it in the start?
I mean, you can, like, he could defend himself without, vaporizing the guy.
But I think, yeah, that's fair. I just think the whole...
Which he did a little bit. He, like, kind of pushed the gun away, and the guy looked at his hand, like, how did he do that?
Yeah.
But he waited for him to shoot and then caught the bullet before it hit Lois.
I love that bit.
Yeah, he gives a little side eye when he like opens his hand and the bullet's in it.
Yeah, so like he's the whole time in this movie, whenever he's playing Clark, he's giving this facade of like, I'm just kind of, even though he's like huge, but he's kind of hunched over.
But
like,
I didn't really realize he was hunched over until the scene later where he stood up straight.
Yeah, he's kind of hunched over and like
changes his voice,
talking funny, and like his mannerisms are a little different, but Lois like kicks the guy and then he ends up shooting, and she like closes her eyes, and then like they did a really good job, but he like quickly catches the bullet and then he falls over and pretends he's fainted.
He said, "Oh, I think I must have fainted."
Must have fainted. And then
she's like, "You fainted."
And when she looks away, he kind of like looks over at her, gives a little smirk, opens his hand, and the bullet's in it, and he just kind of like tosses it aside, like, "Oh well." And then he also guesses.
Oh, he X-ray visions what was in her purse. Why did he say it? What was in there?
It's like a credit card, some perfume, and
no, yeah, I know, but like, why did he?
Oh, he probably didn't mean to. Yeah.
Oh, and then she was like, "How did you know?" And he's like, "Wild guess."
Yeah, I bet you he just was like, "Oh well." Dude, also freaking Lex Luthor's apartment thing.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah,
Can we talk about that?
Pool was dope. Well, first of all,
it's like an underground train station or something?
Yeah, they said it was like 200 feet under the something park apartments, because he asked, what's her face, Eve Texmacher. He was like, who else has an address at 200 Park Avenue? And she was like, yeah, well, it's 200 feet underneath it.
Which she looks good.
Yeah, she did. But the entrance to their little lair thing, that hydraulic door under the subway, which he used to kill a man. Was it like a detective? Or, yeah.
I don't know.
He was a cop because he pulled that radio out that one time.
Yeah, but so like that's the thing is like, so Lex Luthor is a criminal, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, the Otis guy. Yes, because remember they said follow him and he'll take us to the big guy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't really know, like, in the Superman lore, I don't know who Otis or Eve are supposed to be.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I'm usually good about superhero lore, but I don't really know.
The three people that they had at the beginning that his dad was, like, putting in prison or whatever, one of them was General Zod.
General Zod, yeah.
And then it said
and those
someone's name was Non, the big guy. And
which I'm assuming those three are in Man of Steel, you know?
Yeah, the other one was a woman. Was it Laura?
I can't remember.
I don't know. General Zod's the only one I recognize because pretty much Lex Luthor was like the only villain in the movie, other than Otis. But Otis was kind of a goof.
Yeah, Otis was supposed to be like kind of an idiot, and then Lex is supposed to be this genius. But yeah, his apartment is crazy. So it looks like an old train station, like Grand Central Station. It's like all stone and everything.
It's got like a giant library in it.
And then like there's like a sick pool.
Yeah, that was just like the staircase that got flooded.
Yeah, and then he's got his office, and then like a secret room. Oh man, it looked that's like, again, set design. Yeah, it looked incredible. Mm-hmm. I would freaking chill out there. I think Lois's apartment was cool too, like on the roof. Mm-hmm. Oh wait,
how can she afford that?
Yeah, true. Well, she's just a
newspaper editor, and she keeps having typos, so she's not that good at her job.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've completely forgot. We completely skipped over the bit where Lois gets in a helicopter.
Oh yeah, I mean I talked about that one shot, but
Yeah. So this scene, Lois gets in a helicopter to go.
well, talk about the line. Hold on, the line. Clark is trying to like ask her out a little bit after work, and she's trying to leave, and he's like, "Well, can I pick you up at the airport?" And she's like, "Not unless you can fly."
Yeah, he's like, little do you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she gets in the helicopter, and then like I guess a cable snags the wire,
Cable
and then
snags the
somehow
like the foot of the helicopter.
the pilot knocks himself out. Did you notice that?
That was a while. I mean, they were struggling for a while before he got knocked out, though.
But like how?
He
He just kind of like did something.
It
and
had
then
like
he
smacked the helicopter like smacked into the side of the building, and then he got knocked out.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that. I thought he just like slumped
They had
over.
he had been trying to get loose or land for probably like 30 seconds before that.
Oh man. So yeah, now Lois is like hanging from the building,
Hanging from the helicopter, which is
yeah.
hanging from the building.
and then Clark walks out, sees it, and then I love this part. He runs to a
Alley.
no. He runs to one of those
Oh, the
doors,
revolving doors.
revolving doors, and he spins really fast, and he's in his suit. And some
Yeah.
guy's like, "Yo, nice digs," and he's like, "Excuse me 1 minute," and flies up. It's such a funny bit. But yeah, the shot of him like catching the helicopter and her looks really good.
Yeah, because he goes up to get her and grabs her, and then realizes the helicopter's going to fall on a bunch of people, and he just grabs it with one arm.
Yeah, pretty sick.
Yeah.
I loved it. So yeah, now she's infatuated with him.
Yeah.
Right? And so
It's like when Freddie saved Carly in that one episode, iCarly, and now she wants to date him. Like, what's up with that?
yeah, what's up with that? Odd.
Yeah.
Odd to me. What am I saying? But then I guess Clark sneaks a note to her later in the next day at work and is like, meet on the roof of your apartment, whatever.
While the boss is telling everyone to try and get an interview with him, with Superman.
Yeah. Which, yeah, I think the first night out of him saving people is really cool, and that's what really gets people in on the action of being like, we got to interview this guy. He's like stopping criminals and doing all this and that. So, the bit of him on the guys like climbing up the side of the building, and he's just standing there.
Oh, yeah.
Like horizontal to the building.
I know. I thought that was going to be like a major plot point, and then it stopped real fast.
It's sick, though.
Yeah.
I love the way they shot that. I don't even know how they shot it. Like, see, it's stuff like that where you're like, how did they do that?
Yeah.
Because if it's on the side, right? And he's standing normal, then how's the other guy?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Shot it 2 different times, maybe. But still, it's, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how they did it. It's
It's okay that we don't know.
I know, but it just looks good. I'm interested.
That's good, though.
Yeah, it looked really good. So then, after he saves a bunch of people the first night, the next night, Clark gives her a note that says like meet on the roof. She's sitting there, and I have a sick apartment, and then Lois is smoking Marlboros, dude. Just gotta pack 'em up.
That's when, because he tells her not to, and she's like, let me guess, lung cancer. And then he uses the x-ray vision to look at her lungs, and he's like, thankfully not yet.
Yeah, good old boy.
And while he's up there, it's when we find that he can't see through lead.
Yeah, that's an interesting. I liked that.
I didn't know. I don't think I knew that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Well, it's X-ray vision. That makes sense.
I didn't know that. I didn't know what lead did really.
That's why they put it deflects radiation.
Oh, that's the vest they put on.
That's why they put if they're scanning you
yeah.
at the doctor, they put a lead vest so you don't get radiation to your soft spots.
Yeah. Your soft spots.
Yeah, like your organs.
Yeah.
Which kind of defeats the purpose of an X-ray. But
yeah,
I liked dude, she is like just down bad for him.
Oh yeah,
like so down bad for him. She's like, okay, how tall are you? He's like 6'4". Which, okay, he's being suave as hell.
Yeah,
by the way. Like he's being so suave. He's smooth as crap, sitting down. He's like, yeah, so I hail from Krypton with a K. And she's like, okay, cool.
Well, he first shows up and he's like, oh, sorry, do you have somewhere to be? She's like, don't leave.
Please don't leave. Take a seat.
I mean, you can do whatever you want, but please don't fly away.
Yeah. So he sits down for the interview, and he's being so suave. She's like, here, I was gonna say you be her.
We're role playing. Right
Yeah, what you want to do?
Oh, let's not forget to do that thing that LK said last time, where we pick who we are in the movie.
So wait. So, do you want to do the lines? No.
Well, who am I? Who am I?
Do you want me to be her or you be him?
I don't know if I remember any of them like that.
Well, it's like. Yeah, it's fair. I don't really know. I don't remember the lines. We'd have to find a script. But basically, he's like, I'm 6'4", 225. She's like
225. Yeah.
It's like stuttering, and then she's asking him like something about.
He says something about Clark, and he was like, who is that? And she was like, he's nobody.
Yeah, she does do that. But then we're talking about like she's like, so like all your bodily functions work.
Yeah.
And me and Levi like looked at each other like
crazy question.
Pause. She's getting real comfortable with these questions. She asked something wild. Oh yeah, they're standing up and she's like, "What color underwear am I wearing?" And he's just like, "Can't see. It's lead."
Yeah.
Like there's a thing blocking his
plant. Yeah, the thing holding the plants was lead.
She's like, "Okay, never mind. I didn't mean to embarrass you." She takes one step and he goes, "Pink."
Yeah. and then
she's like, "What?" And he's like, "They're pink."
Yeah. And then she goes something like, "Do you like pink?" And he's like, "Yeah, I like pink." I'm like, whoa.
Bro, like just
multiple.
Go in the room.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You're already there.
Yeah, you're pretty much right there. Which I'm gonna throw this in the video. We can decide if we want to cut it or not. But I love when she said, "What color underwear am I wearing?" I low-key was just
yeah.
She's not wearing anything.
Yeah.
She did it on purpose.
Because he said something where when he led to lead. Whoa, crazy meta right there. I thought it was going to be him like, well, that's a silly question because you're not wearing any. Like she had forgotten that she wasn't wearing any or something. But
yeah, I was like.
Then he was like, I can't see through lead. I was like, oh.
I was like, thank God. So then he's like, I'll take you for a flight. She's like, okay. So then we have like, to be fair, that scene was way too long.
That was really long.
Of them just flying around. It's
Yeah.
like 15 minutes of them just flying.
And he's like literally holding her finger and she's basically flying. I'm like, I don't care how strong he is. That has to be her strength holding herself up. And she couldn't do that.
Or he's at least holding her wrist up.
And they're going fast enough.
Her body is, yeah.
But as soon as he lets go, she plummets.
I know. I love that. So like, they're like, she's holding on to his like muscle, his bicep. But she's like slowly going to his hand to like just hold his hand. And then she like... So
you think he did that on purpose? Like, I didn't understand the point of... I don't think there's no way she was slipping.
I think she was... what I gathered from it.
They're trying to hold hands.
No, I thought she was trying to be more like him.
Oh, you think she was doing it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, I think she was trying to get to just his hand, but then she was like, oh, wait, I feel like I'm flying.
Yeah.
And so she kept going, and then she slipped, and which... The scene of her falling is hilarious, because it's like all graceful. It's all like... nice little soft music, and then it slips and she's just like, ah, and he's like, uh-oh.
No, but he kind of has like a silly grin. He's like, gotta go get her.
Which the Superman theme is incredible for this movie.
Yeah.
John Williams obviously killed it. My gosh, like
John Sisson clapping right now.
Yeah.
Yay.
Love John Williams. But
score mention.
But yeah, the Superman, like, I'm sure you've heard it. Like, you must have heard it. It's such a good little theme song, and
they're bringing it back for the new one.
Very grand, very heroic, very big. You know, you kind of hear it, and you're like thinking like
trumpets. It's big.
Yeah, big muscle dude. That's kind of.
It's like a walkout song.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome. It's awesome. So yeah, then he drops her back off the house, and does he say anything? I'm sure he says something clever.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember right after that. He immediately turns back into Clark and like knocks at the door.
Yeah,
and he's like, she takes forever to answer the door. He's like, Lois, have you been drinking? And she's like, no.
Drinking?
He's like, okay, good. And when she goes to her room to change or do something, that's when he like takes off his glasses and he's like preparing to tell her who he is or whatever. And you see him stand up straight. And I was like, oh, I didn't really realize
like
he was
puff
hunching
his chest
until
out.
Yeah,
look all big. Which I love.
And you hear this voice change too.
Yeah, he gets all deeper, normal Christopher Reeve. Which Christopher Reeve, as both of them, is
Giga Chad
doing great. Like actually doing great acting.
Yeah, you can tell the tone shift in the movie.
Yeah, he's acting very like clumsy as Clark, kind of like goofy, like like not someone you would see as like a stoic superhero. And then whenever he's Superman, he's just very like only says a few things, only does certain.
I mean, he can
methodical, stoic,
hunch and talk in a high pitch all he wants. He's still got linebacker neck and the craziest jawline you've ever seen.
Yeah, that's true.
Bro's got a bigger neck than Clay Matthews. Like.
Which, yeah, to your point, I did love the scene. He like kind of flies off, and then immediately we hear knocking on the door.
Yeah,
and it's Clark.
Because he's trying to be like, oh, I can almost be in the same place at the same time.
Yeah, but I made a funny note. Like, what if he just like when he took off from her balcony, he like did it really quickly, so he just created a sonic boom. And
he did it so gracefully though. He kind of just stepped off.
Yeah, he's like, see ya.
Yeah,
looked like Peter Pan or something. But
they referenced that in the movie too.
They did. Well, he flies with children.
Yeah. No, but what you're talking about with if you took off and there was a sonic boom left a crater and all that stuff, I feel like I watched a superhero movie recently where somebody... Oh, I think it's Shazam. I think Shazam leaves a...
Or...
I was thinking that would be a very Black Adam thing to do.
Yeah, or like The Boys.
That is probably... Oh, that's definitely what it is because...
The Boys or Man of Steel or something like that.
No, well, it's definitely The Boys because I did watch all 4 seasons like a couple months ago, and Homelander definitely, he leaves a crater when he does that.
Yeah, it's definitely something like that. So yeah, they...
Because Homelander is like if Superman got the One Ring. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's super evil. Okay, so then we have Lex trying to steal a rocket and get some kryptonite.
Yeah. Well, okay, my question that I wrote down is I don't care how smart he is, there's never been a Kryptonian anywhere. How does he know that kryptonite weakens him? How does he know that?
Yeah, again, it's like...
There's no way to
There's a lot of
that.
plot points that are said in kind of passing, and you're like...
Albert Einstein wouldn't be able to come up with that.
I know. But I think he was reading a lot, right? And he read that
there's nothing in a book about people from Krypton, though.
But he read about the meteorite in Ethiopia.
Yeah, that tells you what kryptonite is, but
that it's a supercharged rock with radiation.
But if it doesn't affect humans, why would he think it affects?
No, I know exactly. That's the part that disconnected me. Was I was like, okay, you know that it's like very high level radiation.
And who told him he can't see through lead?
How would that not kill?
That was in her article.
Yeah, it was in her article.
That's kind of wow, snitch, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of what I got from it was he got a lot of context from the article.
Because I bet Superman doesn't even know he's susceptible to kryptonite.
But my thing is, why does he want to kill him?
I don't know, because he's getting too much publicity. Like, there wasn't...
The only reason I can think of is, like, because
his pride is
Lex Luthor is a criminal.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, this guy's going to be a problem later. But then it's like, bro, you kind of got it made. You're living in, like...
Yeah.
A sweet freaking apartment.
He's not going to affect you until you go after him.
Exactly.
More than likely.
And, like, to my point, like, you've got it made, dude. You're already rich. You got a company. Like, I don't know. They just don't give Lex Luthor any sort of inciting incident to really become a villain.
Yeah.
You know, you're kind of like, okay, I get why Clark is good because he's like, his dad taught him to be good, but he was just raised properly. That's the only reason. But like, we don't really see why Lex is bad. He's just smart. And he's just like, oh, this guy can fly. I want to kill him. You're like, what?
Of all the superhero movies we could have done, Superman lore I know like the least about. Yeah. Everything I know about Metropolis is from playing like DC Universe Online because it was free and it was fun.
I forgot that game.
That game slapped.
The only thing I know about superhero lore is from like,
I know like nothing about like
Injustice 2. I played Injustice 2 a lot. So
but that's, I mean, what is
I would play as Superman. Or no, I'd play as Batman and The Flash a lot.
Yeah, but you're just playing against people.
Because I thought Superman was overrated. I'm like, he can do anything.
That's what I think too.
I want to have some obstacles.
That's why I said what I said about him being default superhero. I'm like, because usually whenever I hear default, I'm like, I go away from that. You know, when somebody is like, well, who's your favorite Lord of the Rings character? Everyone's like, oh, Aragorn. I'm like, well, I feel like that's the default answer, so I want to purposely not pick that one. Mm-hmm. But I feel like because I think everybody thinks that way, now you can almost go back to him and be like, oh, he's cool because he gets overlooked now because like the original.
The reason why I think he's cool is like, again, it's like the Spider-Man idea where it's like, no matter how hard it gets, he's just always gonna be good.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the difference between Superman and Batman. Like, Batman is kind of this vengeance-seeking guy who's like...
That's why I like Batman so much.
No, I know, but like Batman's whole idea is like, I'm gonna stop crime because I don't want any child to feel the same pain that I experienced as a child, which is like more relatable, you know, because we all go through struggles.
Yeah.
Superman's already good, but his whole, I think, thing is like, I can do anything. So when he fails, right, when like someone dies or he loses a fight, he's like, how?
Yeah.
You know, like I was basically a god.
Yeah.
Like, how did I lose?
Yeah.
And so that, I think that's what's the appealing factor is like when he loses, it's like instead of like falling and like failing miserably, he's like, I got to get back up and keep going because I'm Superman.
Yeah, and Batman, I think, likes, and I like about him, he wants the bad guys to be scared of him.
Yeah,
he's like the one superhero where it's like that, but he's also is like, I won't kill people.
Yeah,
which I hate sometimes.
I know, but that's what makes him compelling. Is it's like that's cool.
Well, that's what makes this is get a little tangent here. But if you've ever seen Batman Under the Red Hood, when Robin gives him an ultimatum, you either kill Joker or you kill me, stopping me from killing Joker, and I'm like, oh,
but what's
perfect.
Cool? What's cool is Batman's like, I'm gonna stop both of you.
Yeah,
he's like that's what makes him cool. Is he's like, I will find a way. Whereas Superman's like, no matter how dark things get, I will always do the right thing. He's basically Captain America.
Yeah, and because in Man of Steel, he does not want to kill Zod, but if he doesn't, everyone's going to die. So he snaps his neck. And
which I'm not a huge fan of. Like, again,
I love that scene.
I love Man of Steel. I just think I
like that scene though.
The last third of the movie is rough.
You don't like that scene?
I like how it
has to kill him.
I know, but I like what I would say is like I like how it affects him.
Yeah,
like on emotion. He's like, I didn't.
Fine.
Why
affect him, but still kill him, bro? I kill bad guys, bro. They can escape prison. They don't escape death.
But that's what's cool about superheroes, man. Especially Batman. Is he's like, you deserve a second chance. No, actually, I feel like Batman's more of like you're gonna.
I think also I'd rather be dead.
Okay,
than
yeah, your
Arkham.
turn.
Your turn. Oh, yeah, you would. You know,
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I'd rather be dead than go to Arkham. So maybe that's worse, actually.
What? True.
You know?
True. I'm just saying, I think Batman's thing is you're going to face justice. Like, you're going to pay for your crimes, essentially.
Yeah.
And he thinks an out is to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I kill you, that's an out from what...
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's how he views it, is like, justice. And if I kill you, then you're never going to pay for your crimes. And I want you to pay for your crimes.
But the Joker keeps getting out.
That's the beauty of it. Whereas Superman, I feel like he's like, people can change.
Yeah. You
know, like for the better. Like I think he's like, you're a criminal, but
that is something.
Look at me, I'm good, and you can be good too. You know, it's like he's literally Captain America.
Yeah.
Like he stands for everything.
I kind of hate Captain America because of that sometimes, though. I'm like, dude, just shut up and kick somebody in the mouth.
Yeah, that's fair. You're very chaotic.
I am, yeah.
Evil person.
Whoa.
No, not chaotic evil. No, you ever seen
I'll take chaotic, but evil.
Do you know what I'm talking about? The D&D?
Just because evil is in my name doesn't mean that.
No, I'm saying, you know the D&D, like, it's like...
No, I don't know anything about
chaotic
D&D.
good, chaotic neutral, chaotic evil.
No.
You're chaotic good.
Okay.
You throw a little chaos in the mix, but you mean well.
I mean, I was just saying if you mix the letters of my name around, it spells evil, but...
Oh, I know. I knew exactly what you meant.
Okay, just didn't pay attention. That's fine.
But yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I think Superman, sometimes we do just need to have that childlike mindset of being like, yeah, just doing the right thing is what's cool. Because I love, Batman's my favorite superhero, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But it's nice to get a little break of it and be like, oh yeah, just a guy who can do anything and he just, no matter what, does the right thing. It's like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, that, you're right, it's a default superhero.
I mean,
it's a default.
I was trying to think of a superhero that goes out of his way to kill people, and the one I can think of is Deadpool, which is probably why I love Deadpool so much.
Yeah. Well, Deadpool's like a meme hero. Like, you know, he's just...
Well, he's like, I don't want to be a superhero.
He's an anti-hero.
Yeah.
He does whatever he wants.
But I love that. That's why when they're like, who's which Marvel character are we in? When they're like, I'm Deadpool. I was like,
yeah.
sick.
I mean, like, again, like, I think it's... We all love our own flavor of ice cream, but, you know, everybody does love vanilla here and there.
Yeah.
A good vanilla... You cannot pass up.
My granddad went on a field trip to Bluebell one time, and at the listen, because I'm going.
Where are we going?
They said at the end, you know, you get to try some ice cream. You can have any flavor you wanted, and he chose homemade vanilla. Because it's not just vanilla; they have like the homemade vanilla. So that just reminded me of that.
Again, it's like I was saying, like Batman's cool, Spider-Man's cool,
yeah,
Iron Man's cool. All these heroes are cool. Hulk is cool. The Flash is cool.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need a little bit of vanilla. and that's Superman. Like sometimes you just need the classic.
Yeah.
Good old default, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like playing Fortnite. I'm gonna be very topical here. Fortnite. Everybody likes using a custom skin. Sometimes I'll throw that default skin on.
That's a wild take.
Sometimes.
Like, I spent $100 on whatever.
I spent my entire paycheck on the new Marvel pack. Okay, back to the movie. Good Lord.
No, that's what we like.
Yeah, that's what. So they steal 2 rockets, right?
Yeah.
They made it seem like they messed up the first time, and they had to go back and.
Yeah. So where one was hitting the fault, and then what was the other one doing?
It was hitting like New Jersey. I know.
Okay.
It's not explained.
No, that and him going back in time, and all of a sudden the rockets aren't hitting.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
The plot's a little weird. Yeah. So he doesn't save Lois, which his acting in that scene is crazy too. When he like screams, he's like, "God!"
Oh, the crash out. Yeah, I like that.
He like flies and redoes all of time somehow, and that's not how that works. But
yeah,
he undoes the rotation of the Earth and spins it backwards.
But even if you,
I know it doesn't make sense.
If you go back in time, and it's like right before Lois's car falls in the ditch and like and she suffocates or whatever. That happened because the missiles were crashing into their destinations.
It happened
and
because the missile hit.
Yeah, and he didn't back time up far enough for the missiles to not have gotten launched. So all of a sudden, the missiles just don't exist.
I know. Yeah. Again, there's like plot holes like that exist in this movie because like he does land, and I was thinking in my head like, there's 2 missiles flying at like Mach 5 that he's got to stop right now, and he doesn't do anything.
Yeah. Well,
so
maybe it's
fun.
because Lex had already told him, is like, even you can't stop both of them at your speed. But let's go back to stuff we like. When he gets to Lex's lair, and Lex is like baiting him into getting near the kryptonite.
Yeah.
He puts the kryptonite necklace on him and like throws him in the water. And then Eve comes to save him because her mom is like in the landing zone of the missile.
New Jersey.
Yeah. And she saves him and but kisses him before she takes the necklace off of him. And he's like, "Why'd you kiss me first?" And she was like, "'Cause you wouldn't let me do it later." I was like, whoa. If a dude said that,
yeah, reverse the roles.
Yeah,
what would happen?
And then she said, "Why is it I can't get it on with the good guys?" And I was like, "Dang,
it's your taste in men, sweetheart."
Yeah, and he kind of just like gives her like a pat, like "Bless your heart."
No, he dude, I thought he was going to kiss her back.
Yeah.
Because she like is about to take the neck, like you said, take the necklace off. Then she just kisses him real quick, then takes it off, and he's like, "Why didn't you? Why'd you kiss me?" And she's like, "We said didn't think you'd let me later." And he like strokes her cheek, and like kind of does the weird thing, you know what I'm talking about? Where like
chin,
he puts his hand under her chin, like lift it up, and I'm like,
y'all just get to visualize what Chandler just did.
Is he about to like go in for a kiss, and then he's like. Just pats her on the head and flies away. Poor Eve. Which she should get arrested. What was up with that? She helped.
Yeah, definitely. With a missile, when she climbed in the back of the truck.
Bruh.
I was thinking about she just kind of stood in the layer.
You stand for justice and you let her go.
Well, so where was she?
He let her go.
We never saw her again after that.
He only brought Otis and he said you better hide.
Oh yeah.
Because he probably knew Lex was going to do something, but still, he like doesn't.
Yeah, Lex probably would have killed her if he got to her.
Yeah,
because he knew it was her fault that.
Which I want more Gene Hackman in this movie.
In this movie, yeah, I can see that.
We don't have enough in this movie.
I need to look and see who the villains are in the next movie.
The
also,
wind is howling out there.
Yeah, I'm like pent up in Chandler. No matter what time we finish this, I probably should stay till 10 just so I don't die on my way home.
That's fine. You can do that.
Thanks.
Other than that, man, I mean, what would we change?
The ending was abrupt.
Agreed.
But if I was going to change something, yeah, just the pacing overall. Especially, like I said at the beginning, I think the Krypton scene, you can leave the Krypton scene that long if you can make him growing up that long, too. It's kind of crazy that it was 2 hours and 20 minutes.
It didn't feel like it.
It didn't. I mean, we did watch it in 2 nights. But if you're going to have it 2 hours and 20 minutes, I don't want to say make it longer. Maybe make the stuff that was too long shorter to match with the stuff that I didn't think was long enough.
The pacing's all over the place in this movie. But that doesn't make it bad. I think
the climax was weird.
The missile stuff?
What was the climax? Yeah.
The missile stuff is
but then the
lowest stuff.
Then the time travel, it was like...
I know. It's a little odd.
Yeah.
But it's one of those early For the 70s, for the late 70s, this is a good, like, pretty cool movie.
Yeah. It's not as good as Halloween, though. Same year.
No. Yeah. Not even good as Star Wars, I feel like.
Definitely not.
Absolutely not.
No.
But movies, I think it's okay. I think it's okay.
Yeah, as far as superhero movies go, you got to think like this was the first one, so you got to think about it with that mindset.
Sparked, yeah.
Same thing like when the first time I watched Halloween, I was like, this is kind of a default script, but that's because it was like one of the OGs. Mm-hmm. And watching all the other trash Halloweens made you realize that. So I'm sure if we watched 2 through 4 Superman, because I know they get worse into like really bad. I know like the one that made in 2006 is like it has like a 1.6 on LetterBoxd.
Yikes!
Maybe we'll like the first one a lot more.
Yeah, maybe.
But like this has a 3.7 on.
It's not like again, it's not bad. I don't think.
No, but 3.7.
I think the only thing holding it back from like a 4 and up is like plot stuff because it just kind of rushes.
Yeah,
it feels like it's in a hurry for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
It's like in a hurry and it slows down. Like pick one.
Yeah. It's too like stop.
Be too fast or be too slow, but don't go back and forth. I feel like
that's what I would change. I would say. I
feel like my brakes aren't working on my car.
I would say change for me personally some of the plot stuff, like explain some stuff a little bit more.
Oh yeah,
maybe because I feel like we're just kind of in passing. Like, oh yeah, there's a rock in Ethiopia that's high levels of radiation.
Yeah, cool. That's fine. But why do you know that affects him?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's just story writing's a little all over the place, but I'll forgive it because it looks pretty good. And some scenes like them flying around for 15 minutes, cut it down.
Yeah.
Just let them fly over the city for 5 minutes and then bring her back. It's easy. Who do you think was absolutely killing their role?
Like my favorite?
It's the
Jackie Cooper versus as Perry White.
It's the
their boss.
Yeah, their boss.
Editor.
He's
like his one-liners.
He's like a J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
For Spider-Man.
Yeah, because I kept thinking the whole time, like, Daily Bugle, I mean, they definitely... Well, I don't know when the first Superman, like, comic and when the first Spider-Man comic came out, but, like...
Which one's
it
which?
Seems
is
like
it Daily Bugle?
Daily Bugle, Spider-Man. Daily Planet is Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah. J. Jonah Jameson is a tough act to follow, but
J.K. Simmons.
that's not following, because this guy was first, but... Yeah, I liked him because of his humor.
Yeah,
He was so dry, though, which I liked.
Yeah, he was funny, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
He had a lot of... good one.
My favorite line of his I can't say on here, so you go watch the movie.
Go watch what I'm talking about. My favorite role.
Yeah, who's your favorite role, Chandler?
Thanks, Levi. Thanks for asking that. My favorite role would have to be. See, I feel default saying Christopher Reeve, but like he's kind of playing two different.
I also liked Margot Kidder though too.
I think they're all doing good. The main three that we were talking about, even your guy. I think everyone else is just kind of but
yeah.
Gene Hackman's doing good for the screen time he's given. I don't feel like he has enough screen time in this movie.
Well, the two biggest names in the movie is him or Marlon Brando, and they have
no screen time.
But Jor-El is never going to have that much screen time.
Oh, I know,
Superman, but
which is unfortunate. But yeah, I like Christopher Reeve in this movie. I think he, for like a first time Superman actor,
and he doesn't pull up to like 40 minutes in.
I could not pick anyone else.
Oh, fact, like looks wise, especially.
Yeah, he's nailing it.
Yeah,
like that is Superman in my head, dude. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I love how he's acting like clumsy as Clark and then like all stoic as Superman. I really do like that. What else do we ask at the end?
Oh, let's do who do we think we would be?
What was the name of that? Introspective.
Yeah, introspection.
Introspection.
I'm glad you found it because I was going to go to the video. So I pick you and you pick me.
Introspection. Yes, I just played footsie with you. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that was kind of cute.
Okay, move your feet, dude. Oh my gosh, move your feet. So who would you be? Okay.
It can be personality. It could be a girl. It could just be based on personality, though. But I'm trying to think about it.
Yeah. I was gonna say you were gonna be the cop that was like, he's a flying man. I owe you a beer if I see this. And they walk outside and he goes,
that guy that had
first one's
4.5 seconds of screen time. I thought you were at least talking about one of the cops in the subway or something.
Yeah, the guy that got pushed in the subway.
Oh, him? Yeah, no, you're talking about the guy that was like, he went back to the precinct and I was like, I saw this guy in a cape. And he was like, okay, buddy. And then he's like, oh, I guess I owe you a beer.
Yeah,
like,
no, I was
so
talking about him.
Yeah, I know.
Gosh, dude, this one, because the thing is, there's like 3 main people in this
No,
one.
that's fine. I'm thinking of the other. Let me move my feet. Your feet are all the way across the table.
Shut up. Keep going. Keep going.
I'm trying to think of people like at the newspaper. You'd be the little photographer guy that was just like,
What?
you know how he shows up at the end, they're about to kiss, and he's like, hey guys, hey, thanks.
That is not me. That's so mean.
At least he's got a bigger role.
Yeah, okay, then you're the cop. You're the cop.
Yeah, at least he's got a bigger role than the cop that's like, oh, you a beer.
I was gonna give you a better one, but okay.
I'll give you a better. That was just I felt pressure to say something.
Nah, dude. I could see you.
I didn't say Otis or anything.
See, you've got some good one-liners, so I would give
Thank you.
I was gonna say I'd give you the
Perry White,
head of the reporter, yeah. Because you can be on one sometimes, and I'm just like, he is on fire.
You should have seen me before you got to game night the other night when we were watching Temptation Island.
I heard.
That's why he made that group chat, because he wanted me to commentate over the show.
My turn. Am I still Otis or whatever?
I kind of want to say Lois, personality wise, because she was funny, but she's just like I was gonna say like she's down bad for Superman. It's like you for Ana de Armas.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Plus, I would definitely smoke some Marlboros. That's That's coming out of that's gonna be a blooper.
Yeah. Plus, she drives a sick car, I think.
No, plus like I feel like she would be like drinking it. Oh, yeah, cool. She does drink alcohol because Clark's just like,
yeah.
You been drinking, Lois?
She was drinking when Superman pulled up on the roof.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's introspection.
Yeah, is that gonna be the?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. What's your favorite scene?
Oh, dude, I forgot.
It was kind of hard for me to come up with mine, but I came up with it like right before we got on. Mine's not even really based on like story wise. It was mostly on visuals because we really like the visual. It was just like the whole opening scene on Krypton because I think it looks dope. Well, I wrote a Krypton looks dope, but like when they're with the council right after they send Zod and the other people to whatever weird prism thing that
the
was.
Weird like mirror dimension.
Yeah. When Jor-El and all of the council are in their iridescent suits, I like that. Just how it looked. I mean, the story, whatever. It was him being like, we're about to have an apocalypse and we need to leave, and then being like, it's going to be treason, which we already said didn't make sense.
Weird. But. My favorite scene, I really like when Clark goes on all the spree of saving people.
Like the first time he
because
does
I'm
it?
a sucker for watching a superhero save people. It's awesome.
The first time he does it?
Yeah, when he like catches the helicopter and all that, and then he goes on like a
he gets like a high for it, and he
just goes. He goes on a run,
saves the
and
cat.
he's like standing on the side of the building, and he's standing on the yacht, you know, and he takes the entire yacht to the police precinct and all that. I love that. I think it's awesome. Is that it? Is that all we got?
You do like similar genre and stuff like that, but I didn't know if you were gonna.
Yeah, we can do that. I would just.
Yeah, so when we say this, are we saying like any superhero movie or a superhero like an original like pre-2000 superhero movie? If you go any superhero movie, it gets super broad.
I'd say pre-2000.
Yeah, so basically just say your favorite pre-2000.
Not even pre-2000. I would just say like any sort
the
of
first like an original.
Yeah.
Like the first Captain America, the first Iron Man, the first whatever.
Like I think superhero movies died down in the 90s. And then X-Men came out. Yeah. And that kind of brought it back. But I like the first Spider-Man, Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I'll wreck that.
Yeah.
I have very fond memories.
I'm one of the only people I think that actually likes the first Spider-Man better than Spider-Man 2. I mean, I really like Spider-Man 2, but I like Green Goblin better than Doc Ock. Everybody's like Spider-Man 2 better, but which
yeah,
whatever.
I mean, sure, but again,
I just like Green Goblin.
You can beat an original, but it's pretty dang hard too. And I do like the Green Goblin one more.
Okay, well,
I'll agree.
Maybe that's us then, but
because
every time I hear somebody talk about it, they're like Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. I just remember it more. The first one.
We should rewatch those.
We can watch those later.
Mine, if we're going like
Peter.
The first of a superhero, I'm gonna say the Michael Keaton Batman from '89. The Tim Burton, like those two, they're both solid.
Yeah, but Batman kills people in that.
Maybe that's why I like it.
Of course.
I didn't even remember that. I've only seen it once.
He puts a bomb in a man's pants and kicks him down a hole.
I do not remember that.
You don't remember that?
I just like all the best Batman movies for the most part are ones that have the Joker in them, and like Jack Nicholson was a good Joker.
Oh no, that was the second one I'm thinking of where he kills somebody.
Yeah, with Penguin.
Sorry, yeah. It was a penguin goon. Excuse me.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. It's been a good one. It's been a fun one.
Yeah.
Superman, 1978. Can't wait for the new one to come out.
I can't wait for the new Lois Lane, bro. She's so hot. Rachel Brosnahan, shout out.
What else is she in?
Don't know, but she's. Let me see.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. It's been a blast. Go watch Superman 1978. It's really okay-ish if you're bored.
It's really okay.
It's really okay.
I'm sure we're gonna like it more when we watch the other ones.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone on social media, spam Timothy Chalamet should have won. Yep. Dune Part 2 is superior. Screw the Oscars. It's fake. It's paid for. The committee is a bunch of losers. I don't know.
Comment a Oscar winner you want us to watch, though.
Yeah, please comment Oscar winner you want to watch.
Or that you want us to do an episode on.
Which, to be fair, put me and Levi on the committee.
For real, bro. Get us the actual, like, the people that are out here grinding out movies.
Yeah, put us on the committee, man.
I'll watch Amelia Perez if it means I get to vote on the Oscars.
Same.
But I'm not going to not watch something because...
Exactly.
Whatever.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Before we go, I do want to make a couple announcements. I'll be gone for the entirety of March. This episode should come out
next week.
Start of March. First week of March, sometime in that.
No, this is the first week. Second week. Middle of March.
Middle of March is when it should come out. Yeah. But I'll be gone for most of that, so we're going to take a little break. We're going to release one episode. But after that, once I'm back, we'll be right back into it. It'll be both of our birthdays.
And then we'll have like one more episode till video.
I know. Video.
Allegedly.
Video will be on the 10th episode.
Yeah.
So
this is it.
So for all you YouTube enjoyers, thank you for being loyal. But you'll finally get a face reveal, and you'll finally get to see us for who we are.
Everyone knows who we are, but yeah.
Yeah. Everyone.
Other than the 3,000 people that watch Tombstone.
Yeah, that's fair. But we're hoping this will add some variety to the difference between Spotify and YouTube. And we're hoping that
it adds the comedy.
It'll add more comedy and more context as to what, we're talking about.
We have to dress up as each movie we're watching.
That would be hilarious.
We're just in skin tight. Dude, we would spend so much money.
It'd be so funny, though.
Yeah, if you guys donate, we can make a Patreon. You guys, whatever you guys donate, will go to what our stooms we wear for the episode.
Yeah, we'll just wear the outfits of characters. Yeah. I'll wear Lois Lane. You'll wear Superman.
How does that end? You got pink underwear?
Yeah. No, but yeah, we plan on doing some video, and we're also hoping that it'll just add some more kind of funny moments to our videos, honestly. And that you can match a face to who's talking, and you can match, it just gets some more enjoyment out of our videos, essentially.
Yeah.
Like instead of just listening, you can watch this time. Mm-hmm. But we're really excited about that. Hopefully that'll allow us to make the episodes a little longer. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been a blast. I'm your host, Chandler.
I'm Levi.
And we are the Director Slice Podcast. Thank you guys so much. Have fun.
Dude, main villain is second. So there's also in there.
Is there a movie where the bullet shoots the eye